Hi, welcome to Brain Training with PD Active. My name is Stephanie Comella. In this class, we do a combination of brain exercises, sensory exercises, meaning using our sensory systems like our eyes, our vestibular system, which is located in our ears. We integrate the sensory inputs from our hands and our feet. And we also do a little bit of movement to bring the brain and the body together in a physical way. In this class today, you will need some floor space, so make sure that you have some floor space available to you. You also need a 9-inch-ish ball or a stack of throw pillows, like 3 throw pillows that we're going to use to do some stretching over on the ball. Every month in this class, I pick a theme that we carry through the 4 to 5 weeks. Every Thursday, and we work on that theme through the month. And this month's theme is thoracic mobility, rib expansion, and breathing mechanics. And the reason why this pertains to brain training is because the brain obviously needs oxygen. And when we make our breath more efficient, our breathing more efficient, everything in our body gets better. Our nervous system responds better, our gait becomes better, our mood becomes better, our sleep becomes better. So breath is really important for us to consider when we're trying to make our bodies more efficient in all things in life, okay? And I like to challenge myself to do a class based on a breath class without doing boring breathing exercises like inhale for 3 counts, exhale for 3 counts. I don't do any of that stuff. It's all about expanding through our rib cage and our thorax to help us have a more expansive breath, a deeper breath, so that you can carry that throughout your day and feel a more efficient breath as you go on beyond class. Does that sound good? I know that was repeated for several of you, but I wanted to share that with the people just joining us for today. So first, we're going to do a little check-in with how we are moving and breathing today. Go ahead and take a seat wherever you are. If you want to sit in your chair or sit on the floor already, you can find a nice spot here. Sometimes it's nice to close your eyes so that it brings your attention into your own body here. And just breathe normally, breathe in and out. And I'm going to ask you to take some mental notes on the quality of breath as we start at the beginning of class. And we will revisit this self-assessment at the end of class to see if there's been any improvement. So I'm going to ask you, where do you feel your breath coming into your body? Which portal does it take? Through the nose or through the mouth? Usually only 2 portals that you can take there. And then following that breath into the next passageway, the throat, the back of the nose, maybe your sinuses. What is the quality of that passageway? Does it feel restricted? Does it feel open and fluid? Following that air through, where does it fill in your body? Does it remain in your throat? Can you feel it expand your shoulders? Can you feel it expand your ribs or your belly? Or maybe you even feel it all the way down into your pelvis. Also, hint, your air doesn't actually go down to your pelvis, but the breath influences your pelvis. Then noticing the timing of your breath as well. So how long do you inhale for and how long do you exhale for? So you can consider that a ratio or an actual duration. And then how long do you hold the breath before you exhale it? Do you exhale it right away or do you wait a moment or two? And how long do you wait before you take the next inhale? It's called the vacation phase. How long are your lungs relatively empty? And at this point in time, there's no good or bad. We're just noticing what is happening in your body at this moment, understanding what our baseline is so that we can inflict positive change and then notice that change and get excited about it and encourage us to do more of what we did to inflict that positive change. Great. Go ahead and open up your eyes if you aren't already. We're going to start with a little bit of shoulder rolls. Roll the shoulders forward. I'm going to almost like get hunchy with my posture. Press through the heel of your hand, lift the shoulders up towards your ears and roll the shoulders out wide. So your chest becomes expansive. And then let yourself drape, lift, and open. Drape, lift, and open. Drape, lift, and open. Good. We've talked about this in the past, how the tips of your shoulders are connected to your sternum in the front. I'll talk about that a little bit more in depth in a second here, but if that resonates for you, you remember that from last time, you can start to visualize the spiraling of your collarbones. One more time here. Great. We're going to place your left hand, this would be your left hand across to your right collarbone and give that collarbone a rub. If you're able to get on your skin, that's even better. And we're going to bring our right hand next to us as if we are about to ask a burning question. Great. Now, take your hands to the very tip of your shoulder. Again, skin is best, but not necessary. We're going to slide your fingers down towards the center of your chest as you bring your arm up overhead. I know, a little coordination. And then slide the hand back as you bring the hand down. So we slide and pull to reach and then lift. Good. Keep your eyes up. Keep your head up. Yep, we're trying to create space in the front of our throat, right? If our air has to go through our throat for our breath, we need to make sure that that space is open. Yeah, good. And reaching up. Good. And reaching up. Last two. And one more time. Good. For that same arm, we're going to do some rotations through the whole arm now. You can use your other hand for leverage. There you go. See if you can get your bicep to sweep past your earlobe. If you have big ears, you should have no problem with that. Right, Bill? That's my dad. I can call him out for that. Good. Excellent. Last one. Wonderful. Other side, hand across, find your collarbone, give it a few passes of rubbing. About to ask a burning question. Bonus points if you separate your fingers. Okay, really wide hands. Here we go. Pull the hand down as you stretch the arm up and then reset. Pull the skin towards the center of your sternum. Yep. All the way up. Again, trying to get your bicep towards your ear. There you go. Big fingers, bonus points, reach the ceiling. There you go. Nice job, team. Okay, two more. And last one. Good. You can use your right hand for leverage. Softball swing, wild bowling, throw, or backstroke, whatever sport resonates with you. Good. Make it wild. Woo! Spiral that arm. Yeah, there you go, Carrie. Last 3, 2, one. Nice job. We're going to take our hands to our shoulders, give ourselves a little bit of a hug here. Round your spine to expose your upper back to the ceiling. And then lift your chest to expose your elbows to the ceiling and maybe even your throat. Draw your chin in and round your spine. Expose your upper back to the ceiling. And then extend up. So a couple more times. Round. You can do this seated, standing, kneeling. Lots of positions that you can do this in. Good. I'm going to add a breath cue for it. So as you round forward, I want you to inhale. As you round forward, inhale, which sounds counterintuitive, but inhale into the ribs that are exposed behind you. And then exhale, open up. It's like a yawn. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Perfect. Shake out the shoulders. Let's go double arm swing. This is just a shakeout. Double arm backstroke, double arm softball pitch. Bring those biceps towards your ears. Sweep past. Yeah, last two. One. Beautiful. Hands on your shoulders again. This time we're going to side bend. We've talked about this in the past. Side bend. You're going to expose all the ribs on the side of your body like an accordion. Let them flare. And then lift up and side bend over to the other side. Now, there's a difference between leaning, where the whole body goes, and keeping your pelvis grounded into the chair or the floor and expanding in the rib cage. So find the difference between leaning over to the side and side bending in your rib cage. Good. Same thing on the other side. We're just going to go right to left. There you go, Carrie. Keep the hip grounded. Yep. Inhale into the ribs. And then exhale, go upright. Inhale. Feel the expansive breath. And exhale. Inhale. Eyes up, chin up. Exhale. One more time. And exhale. Nice job. Michael Phelps, shoulder stretch. You know what I'm talking about. What he does right before he goes swimming. Yeah. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Love it. Give yourself a vibration. Yep. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. All right. Last time hugging yourself. We're going to go for a roll. So it's going to go side bend, roll forward, swivel over to the other side, all the way into your side bend. You should be in that extreme. Come up into extension, around over the top, swivel forward. And there's a lot going on here, so I'm not going to cue the breath, but find something that works for you. Inhaling into the ribs for that expansion. Very good. One more in that direction. And then switch. So we go side bend, roll through, open up, extend back. Every range, all the ranges. Good. So kind of there's like a point in your back, right? That you're like doing this swivel around. One more time. Excellent. And release. Nice job. One last time. You can do a little combo, arms up and slap. Reach goalpost arms and slap. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. All right, if you are not already on the floor, let's migrate down. We're gonna need those pillows or your ball next. We've done this one the last couple weeks. So we're gonna place the pillows or your ball right. If you were wearing like a heart monitor chest strap, or ladies where your bra strap would be, you're gonna place the pillows right there. Now, clearly this takes a little coordination. So give yourself patience for that. I would love for you to be able to drape your head down, but if that feels a little too aggressive, you can put your hand kind of on your head. But the idea with this one is that we're giving ourselves full exposure to these ribs up on top. Okay, so letting yourself drape over and expose the ribs up on top. Okay. And if this does not feel comfortable for you, or you can't figure it out, you can just lay flat on the floor. Okay, the ball just gives you a little extra stretch. Beautiful. So we're going to reach the arm up overhead, big stretch. All the way from your fingertips, I want one direction, and I want you to take your hip and reach it in the other direction. And then we're going to bring the elbow just down by your side so you can kind of release out of the stretch. Inhale into the ribs as you reach the arm up, and then bring that elbow down just as a little slack. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Now, as we go arm up, try to lift your ribs off the ball even further. So you might press down into your leg. You might push down into your elbow. See if you can reinflate the ball. And then when the elbow comes down, I want you to yield or press into your ball. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull. One more time. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, pull. Nice job. We're going to take the ball out, or move the pillows out of the way and come flat onto the ground. It should almost feel funny. It's like when you take off your high heels and you're like, whoa, I'm so flat. All right, reach the arms forward. Good, pinwheel stretch. Slide the arm down. If you can keep it on the floor the whole time, bonus points. If not, no big deal, just try your best. Rotate your torso open so the chest comes to the ceiling. Maybe your shoulder comes down to the ground behind you. Lift your head up to look at your hip here. Bring your hand back towards your hip and forward. Then you can lay your head down on your hands. Let's go through that again. Spiral open. Let yourself fall back. You can keep your head down. The shoulders come back. Once you're ready to start swinging that arm past your hips, we're going to look up at your hip. You can use your hand for support. Circle around, reach forward. Big spiral, open out. Chin comes in and around. 2 more times, big pinwheel stretch. Open out. Spiral through, curl up. Last one. Lovely. Okay, this is the weird stuff where we push our belly around. Bring your fingertips to the base of your rib cage. You should feel sort of like the rib cage kind of like comes down here, right? And you can feel right at the top here is the base of your sternum. Okay, so we're going to go kind of in between those 2 points. We're going to start here. Press in at an angle with the fingertips and draw your tissues down towards the floor across. You should be above your belly button. Push down and across. Yep. And then I like to counter by pulling it back up as well. So I pull it up and then I push down. Good. Now what we're doing here is we're moving our organs around in our abdomen so that we can
create a better pressure change when we inhale, right? So when we inhale, the diaphragm has to be able to drop down so that the lungs can inflate. If all of these tissues in here are rigid, the diaphragm will have a harder time dropping into the abdomen, okay? So we're just mobilizing, yes, your viscera, your organs, your stomach, your intestines, your pancreas, your gallbladder, your liver. What else is in there? Oh, small intestine, large intestine, bladder, uterus. Good. One more time. Let's add the rotation if you'd like. So if you're able to coordinate a push and a twist simultaneously. Oh, let's do that a couple more times because I kind of missed the boat on it. Go push and twist simultaneously. However you want to do it, you can like grab your stomach tissue and pull. Good. This kind of work also helps too. If you're feeling bloated or constipated or kind of like stuck in there, just mobilizing your stomach's really good to get things moving in there. Okay. All right. Press yourself up. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So build up your little pillow stack or use your ball. And again, the ball is going to go right underneath your bra strap, or if you were wearing a heart rate monitor, where that strap would go. Let yourself drape. If you want to make a pillow for yourself, go for it. Oh, this side's stuck on me today. Whoa. Whew. Okay. So we're going to take that arm, reach it all the way up. Find your expansive rib breath on the top side. So again, you're trying to separate all of the ribs. You have 12 ribs in there. Whoa. And then bring the elbow down. Okay. As you reach open, try to lift off of the ball and then push into the ball. Lift off of the ball and then push in. Inhale. Inhale. Yeah. Last two. One more time. Good. We'll take the ball out or move off of your pillow stack. Come down to the ground. There we go. Get yourself sort of cozy. Top arm reaches forward. Try to get the logo of your shirt or maybe the buttons on your shirt to come down to the floor. Spiral the arm open and behind you, allowing your heart to open to the ceiling. See if you can get your shoulder to come down towards the floor or on the floor. Then as the hand comes towards your hips, remember we're going to lift up a little bit and pull through. And then we start again. Spiral open and out. Chin draws in, comes through. Spiral open and out. Chin draws in, and we come through. Last one. Good. And then we'll do our tissue push here. Skin on skin is best. We go a little bit of an angle with our fingertips. Go ahead and push downward. If you have the coordination to go into your rotation already, go for it. I'm going to start here for a few just in isolation. Yeah. And honestly, the traction down is great, but you can just grab your stomach and pull up too. Just like, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. So if that coordination is hard or for some reason it's just not working for you, grab the skin and just pull up. Or just trying to make more space in your abdominals, as I said. Okay. All right. If you haven't already, let's add the rotation. So you're going to create the tension in your tissues, roll backwards, and then return. And I like doing this one in addition to the pinwheel stretch that we did before, because it just feels slightly different. Like I can feel, and this comes with body awareness too, but some of you are at a point where you can maybe feel this. I feel a spot in my mid to low back where my organs in the front are actually attached to, like through the abdomen, because it's a three-dimensional space. When I pull here and roll back, I feel the stretch in my spine. So maybe if you're feeling that, great. If you're not feeling it, that's sort of what you want to be looking for over time as you become more attuned to your body. Okay, one more time here. I love this one. Whenever I get quiet, it means I'm really enjoying it. Wonderful. All righty. We're going to take our pillows or our ball. We're going to build up the stack again. And we're going to place that ball kind of in the middle of our chest. Okay, I didn't mention this at the beginning. I'm also going to grab a pillow for my hips. So if you are working with the ball, grab a bolster or a pillow. Hopefully it's nearby. That way your back will feel a little bit more happy when we do this one. Yeah, good. So you're going to put the pillow underneath your hips and the ball in the base of your chest. So now our spine is supported in the same plane, right? Otherwise I'd be in like a big sway back. And then the forehead's just going to come on your hands. And you're going to breathe. And what I love about this one is that the weight of your body on the ball makes it really hard to breathe into your chest. So either you don't breathe or your air is forced into, call it your back body or your posterior rib. Posterior just means in the back, right? So posterior rib breathing. Posterior rib breathing. Say that 5 times fast. Posterior rib breathing. And that's what we're looking for here, is the alternative breath route so that you're not, so that your air goes past your throat, past your chest, and into your mid and low back, which can be really nice if you're feeling chronically tight there. If you're feeling claustrophobic in this position, or you feel like you can't take that breath, you're feeling like a little bit anxious from it, you can just lay on your back for this one. But if you're kind of in that halfway point, this is really good for you. You're like, okay, I can kind of focus. You're inflating 2 balloons in your flanks. Let's go 2 more really big breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale in the mouth. Full exhale. Get all the air out so that you can take a big inhale on the next one. Excellent. When you feel good with that one, maybe too good, you can press yourself back into a child's pose or some sort of posture like this. If your knees do not like that, you can place your ball behind your bum so that just supports the knee flexion. Either way, drop your head onto the ground again. And this is the same but different concept. Same concept, really, different position. Breathing into your, whew, my voice just cracked. Breathing into your ribs behind you here. And I'm just keeping an eye on the camera, but look down to the floor. Great. All righty. If you have not already placed your ball underneath your pelvis, go ahead and place your ball back there. And this sometimes can be like a little bit of a target practice, like figuring out where that ball needs to be in order for you to sit on it. It's kind of like in the arches of your feet, like in between the arches of your feet. And you should be able to like sit back and sit on it like so. Okay. If that does not feel good, you can bolster up with a bunch of pillows and get you a little bit higher, might feel better for your knees. Okay. I've mentioned this before. Don't be afraid to use pillows and props. Yeah. Okay. So if you're using the ball, this one is a little bit more fun than the pillows, but you still get a good benefit with the pillows. We're just going to rock. So from the front, it looks like this. You can do a little dance move with your arms, whatever you want to do with your arms. I don't really care. What I'm looking for is this stretch down below in the side of your hips. And I know this sounds weird, but you're massaging the muscles in your groin and your pelvic floor. Remember I talked about at the beginning, being able to send your breath so low that it influences your pelvis. This is kind of the area that we're talking about. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of hula with our hips now. Hula the hips around. And some of us may be more coordinated than others. Good. And then this one's kind of fun. We're just going to bounce. Yeah, perfect. Maybe swing your arms like you're running. That's it. Next one. Excellent. And rest. Okay, we're going to come forward onto our hands and knees next. And actually, I think we can put that ball away. I'm always amazed. That always feels so interesting. My pelvis. Like, I mean, you could take that any way you wanted it, but I feel like just like more, like I feel looser, like in my inner thighs after that one. All right, so we're gonna take that and bring it into some movement. So hands and knees, rocking your hips right and left. Good.
Be mindful that you're not moving your shoulders right and left and not your hips. I want the shoulders almost stationary and the pelvis to go right and left. It's kind of like what we did on the ball, actually. Good. So if you're tuned to your body or you're working on that, you may feel the femurs, the tops of your femurs, your thigh bones, the ball and socket joint. They're kind of rolling around in that socket. Good. What if we took that into a little bit more of a circle? So sitting the hips back, over to the side, around. And then switch the direction of your circles. Beautiful. All right. We're going to get a little bit bendy now. We're going to take a leg out to the side. If you need to hold on to a chair for this one, do what you need to do. All right. We're going to take one leg out to the side. Some of you may want to come up, bring the leg out, and then come back down. Whatever you need to do to get there. Okay. All right. Perfect world. What we're aiming for is for the foot to face forward. So not out to the side. Okay. It's going to stretch the edge of your foot and see if you can lay it flat. So if it's not super easy to do that, let's practice that actually. So you're going to go on the inside edge of your foot and then flatten out the foot. Inside edge and then flatten. Yeah. Maybe you feel a stretch on your inner thigh. Nice. Good. One more time. Okay. Ready to get real bendy? Whatever leg is out, the opposite hand is going to come forward. So if you're with me, your left leg is out, your right hand is going to come forward. And we're going to thread the left arm under. Oh boy. And then bring yourself back up. I just got a Charlie horse. So I'm going to shake it and then thread back through again. Good. And you'll just reset. Perfect. Thread. Reset. Last one. Thread. And reset. Nice job. Let's bring that knee back in and come up into a high kneeling position so we can shake out our wrists. Let's roll the wrists out. Make a fist, roll them through. Make sure that it's not your arms moving, it's like actually your wrists. There you go. Nod the wrists. It says yes in ASL. Good. All right, other side. Do what you need to do to bring the leg out. Once you get in position, make sure that those toes are forward. We're going to roll onto the edge of the foot and then flatten your foot. Edge and flatten. Hey, this is like from last month, right? The ankle accommodation that we were talking about for balance. It all comes together, right? I do a lot of the same stuff. You just think about it differently and it becomes a new experience. Yeah. All right. Opposite hand is going to come forward, so there's a little bit more space. The same side hand is going to thread underneath and then reset. And we'll just do that 4 times total. Thread underneath. Exhale when you thread. And then you can inhale when you come back. 2 more times. That's it. Yep. Last one. Beautiful. Bring that leg in. Come on up, interlace your fingers. We'll do roller coaster wrist stretch. Lift your chest up so that you can take a breath up here. There you go. Okay, this is always weird. Reverse it, other direction. I got some of you on that one. The simple pleasures of a Pilates teacher is like catching your students' like brain just take a little moment. That's the best. Good. Alrighty. We're going to put our hands on our hips here. Let's go a little bit wider through your knees. We're going to do the same thing that we did on the ball, same thing that we did in quadruped. We're just going to go right, left, sassy hips, boom, boom. Yeah. Try not to let your body rotate quite yet. We just want the up and down motion. Good. This requires flexibility of your inner thighs and mobility of your lumbar spine in this curvy kind of way, yeah? You can feed into it with your upper half if you want. Yeah. And again, these femurs are just kind of gliding. They're doing like this. So if you want to do that with your hands too, you can kind of feel that. You see how my hands are doing the same thing as my thigh bones. Good. Let's go into circles. So we're going to go boom, around, 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 around. Yeah. Let me see that hula hoop. Good. Switch the direction. One side is always weird. One side is always weird. Good. Last two. And one. Nice job. All right. If you have a wall available to you, this one's really great to do next to a wall to hold you accountable. It is not necessary. Okay. I'm going to pretend this is my wall. So, well, let me turn. Let me get closer. All right. So if you have your wall here, we're going to have the leg that's closest to the wall is going to come forward. And we're going to take that same arm forward. And we're going to slide it up the wall. This is where the wall holds you accountable, right? Really working your range of motion. Now we're going to rotate in that. You can take your other hand and use it for leverage, but basically you're going to hold here. Your face will go in towards the wall. Circle the arm all the way around. It will fold as it comes through your side. We go up, spiral, around, face into the wall, and then come through. So again, if you're on the wall, your leg that's in front is next to the wall. You can do this in half kneeling. It's great in half kneeling. You can also do this in standing. I see a few of you doing it in standing. So you would just stand in a stride, right? You would just stand like that. Okay. So we go up and around. Yeah. Last one. Nice job. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just turn around. Again, the leg that's next to the wall is forward. There you go. See, the wall holds you accountable, right, Carrie? See how it like really pulls, yeah. So we go arm, same side that's on the wall, arm comes forward, you spiral into the wall and sweep it through. I want to watch. There you go. Really holds you accountable, right? Good. Last two there. Great. Okay. If you just got into position, keep going. If you're ready to switch again, you're going to come back to the original side. Okay. If you just got into position, stay there and keep going. This is just kind of like 2.0. Sorry, we're going to do it. So you're facing your original side. Let me coordinate this. The non-wall leg is going to come forward now. Non-wall leg. Yep. But we're still going to rotate into the wall. So non-wall leg, we're going to come up. Now, what's beautiful about this one is that you can twist in your pelvis to open your hips now to the wall and then thread forward. Okay. So it's a little less, it's less precise in your thorax and your trunk. Oh my God, your spine, but it allows this really beautiful fluid movement in association with your hips. Okay. So you have two options for the wall rotation. And if you can't remember which leg goes forward, you can just pick one and see what you like, because they both are correct. Let's do the other side. So the non-wall leg is forward for the second one. And you can use your hand on your thigh that's forward for a little bit of leverage. So David, go ahead and turn fully to your side so that your shoulder is next to the door. So that you're not necessarily looking out the window. So you're looking to your left. Your body should be facing to the left. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Now do that motion in your shoulder. Good. And then as the arm comes around, look out the window. And then look back to the, yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. That's it. Okay. Maybe one more time. You got it. Yeah, Bill, looking good. Okay. One more time. Good. Nice job. All right. I know some of us are almost ready to be off our knees, but we're going to do one cat-cow, one set of cat-cow in your hands and knees position. If you're standing and not on the floor, you can do this with your hands on your knees like that. Or you can even do it seated in a chair like that. But we're going to be here on the floor for the video. So cat-cow, and you know that I like the slinky cat-cow, which means we're going to start at the tail. So tucking the tail first, and then letting that wave through the spine until we get to the head. And then I start with the tail again. I let the tail go into extension and I let that wave through the body and the head comes up last. Okay, so always starting in the tail, no matter which direction you're going in. Good, make sure that your eyes are part of the equation also. Boom there, nice job. Let's go 2 more cycles. Excellent, nice job. All righty, when you're ready, we're gonna come back to that starting position that you did your pre-class or pre-workout body assessment. So whichever position you were in, if you're on the floor, kneeling, seated, maybe you're in a chair, close your eyes if that feels right for you. You can kind of tune into your body even more. Go ahead and just breathe normally. So we can compare notes now. Compared to the notes that you had at the beginning of the session, notice which portal do you take your air in and which portal does it leave? Where do you inhale and where do you exhale? What's the preference? And remember with this, we're not trying anything. We're not trying to do anything. Just see what your automatic changes, what your subconscious, reflexive, spontaneous change is, if any change. Okay. And then going into the next kind of area of your airflow, your throat, the back of your neck, the nasal cavity. What is the quality of that tube? Do you feel restriction, resistance, congestion? Or does it feel a bit more open? And then noticing, where does your air fill in your body? Do you take it in your shoulders? Does it hold in your throat, your chest, your back ribs, your posterior ribs? Breathing, right? Your belly, maybe even in your pelvis. You can kind of recall back to when we were sitting on the ball. Maybe try to pull your breath all the way down. And then noticing also the timing of your breath cycles. So your inhales, the ratio of time that you spend on inhale and the exhale. And then also your breath hold time. How long until you exhale? And then the vacation time, the time you spend without air in your lungs before you feel the urge to take the next breath. You can even ask yourself about the deepness of your breath, the ease, general quality. Take some mental notes as well on some of your favorite drills that we did today. Maybe one or two of your favorites. Something that was interesting to you, something that you felt made a big change or felt really good. And then we figure out a way to insert that one drill into your daily routine. It's called habit stacking. When you attach that new habit to a habit that you already do every day. So if you already have a floor routine that you've memorized in and out, attach that favorite drill to one of the exercises that you do, so that when you do the old exercise, you also do the new exercise. Okay. Or whenever you brush your teeth, you now do this new exercise. Or whenever you take your morning meds, you also take this exercise. Think about how you're going to use the information that we learned today. Okay, one more deep breath in and exhale. Let it flow through you. Nicely done. I'm going to turn off the recording. If you have any questions, comments, or things you want to share with the group or me, let me know.